Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevtech here, bringing you another video on information technology. I hope you guys are having a good day. Happy Sunday. Actually, this is my first time shooting in 4K. This is going to be interesting. And with that being said, let's get right into this. So today I actually want to go over why I recommend working in an MSP environment. Why I recommend working in an MSP environment, and if you're new to IT, why you should work in an MSP environment. I'm going to go over that real quick, and I'm going to explain to you why that's important and why you should work in that type of job and how that helps you in your resume. So before I get into that, if you're new to my channel, I do IT videos, I do IT support videos, I do videos on how to get into desktop support, technical support, I do IT interviews, I make all kinds of videos on how to get into IT. So hit the notification button, hit the subscribe button over here, down there, below. I greatly appreciate it. So let's get right into it. So the reason why I say that you can't read my shirt. I'm gonna put my shirt here. It's a funny shirt actually. It was given to me for my birthday. It was funny. So the reason why I say that MSPs are important. First of all, before I even say that, like, what is an MSP? So an MSP is a company that provides technology to other companies. So basically they install Cisco routers, they provide email, they provide authentication to access Citrix, they provide Citrix servers. Basically they provide the technology for the whole company as a whole. So basically they're technology driven, and basically they provide technology for hedge funds, for maybe like a hospital, maybe for like a non-profit organization. So it depends where you work, but the MSP environments, typically they provide technology to different types of environments depending where you work. So that's why that's their job, that's what they do. But the reason why I say it's very important to work in an MSP environment is because when you go to that job, when you start that job, because I worked in an MSP environment, for those that don't know, when I first started that job, I was involved with everything. So it's not your typical IT support or desktop support. So when you work in an MSP environment, you have access to Cisco Call Manager, you can add phone lines, you could do Microsoft Exchange, creating Exchange 365, creating mailboxes for new users, setting up new accounts, creating distribution groups, setting up security accounts as well, setting up people to have access to certain folders. You would also deal with Cisco routers, so like you would literally physically go into a site or go into a company and physically actually mount and rack and stack and set up their Cisco router, Cisco switch, and then you will work with a network engineer, and basically they would do PuTTY commands, and they would put a config file on that switch or on that switch or on that router. And basically after they did all that, after doing all that, you plug everything in, make everything live, you plug all the cables in, you make sure all the ports are set up, make sure everything is set up. So when you work in an MSP environment, it's not just your typical desktop support. You're basically doing a little bit of everything. Some documentation, some project work where basically you're setting up new hires, you're ordering equipment, you're doing all kinds of stuff. So you're basically doing different kinds of things, and you're constantly moving back and forth. So that this is why it's important. This is why this is like working in MSP is crazy. Like it's crazy. Like it goes like with good experience, because you go this is like to answer that question. So you go into one company, right? You go into one because you're working with multiple companies. You go into one company, their technology is not the same as another company. So basically what I'm saying is, like, that company might have Cisco routers and servers and everything, and their technology might not be the same as the other company that you're working for. Because when you work in an MSP environment, you're working with different companies, different hedge funds or different non-profit organizations, or maybe you work with real estate companies. You don't know, different companies. You work with different companies. Their technology is different. So like, one company might use certain applications that are specific to that company, and then when you go to another company, they're using their own applications as well. So basically, you're grabbing knowledge from everywhere, not just one company. You're grabbing knowledge from this company and that company and this company and that company. So you're learning about different applications from every single company. It's not just one company. So you're working with multiple different companies, and they all have their own unique technology, their own unique software that they use in that company. So that's the reason why when you go out and apply for a job and you say you work for an MSP environment, people look at that, they're like, oh my goodness, he's worked in this company, he's worked in that company, he's worked in that office, he's worked in this office, he works in that office. Basically, you're basically getting you're basically getting a lot of knowledge from working in so many companies that it makes you a valuable asset to any company that you apply for. So when you put that on your resume and you apply for a job, you say, oh, I know how to do Server 2016. I know how to do mailboxes. I know how to set up new hires. I know how to set up monitors. I know how to do Cisco Call Manager. I know how to do this. I know how to do two-factor authentication. I'm familiar with setting up a user with a link server. I'm familiar with setting up Cisco routers. I'm familiar with setting up wireless access points. I go to the office and set up the access point and plug it in. So basically, you're very involved. It's like so the position is like an IT engineer. So you're very involved. You're not doing your typical like desktop support where you're basically changing a password or you're fixing a software problem or you're changing a hard drive. It's not all that. You're doing more than that. You're very involved with everything, and the technology is different for each company that you're working. So each company has their own unique applications that they use for that environment. So you're basically getting a lot of knowledge by doing that. You're getting a lot of experience. You're being exposed to a lot of stuff with different technologies, and that actually makes you a valuable asset to a company. So then when you go and apply for a job, another job, people want to hire you because you basically have a vast knowledge of multiple things. It's not just like one thing. You don't specialize in one thing. You're specializing in a couple of different things. So that's the reason why I recommend people that are new in IT, anyone that's new in IT, I recommend you work in MSP environment, because those kinds of jobs, they give you exposure to multiple things. So you won't see your regular my account is locked out. You'll have an issue with a Cisco router. You have an issue where there's a flap on the server. You have an issue where basically you have to go and work with someone that's a server admin, and you have to figure out why this port is not enabled, why this firewall is being blocked, or why this is not working, or why someone's mailbox is corrupted, or why you're getting a bounce back from a certain email that you're emailing your client and they're getting a bounce back. So you're working with engineers, you're working with server admin, you're working with network admins, you're working with cybersecurity, you're working with a bunch of different types of engineers or IT people inside your company or inside the job you're working in. So basically it's extremely involved, and you're dealing with different people, different personalities, people that know what they're doing, and they teach you a lot. They teach you a lot, and they get you exposed to not just your regular IT support. So that's the reason why I recommend working in an MSP environment, because you are very involved. You are doing a lot of work, and basically you're being given an opportunity to learn things you have never seen in your life before, but also you're giving an opportunity to stay up to date with the latest and greatest technology, cutting edge technology that you will probably won't see if you go to another company. So that's the reason why I recommend working in an MSP environment if you're new to IT, or if you're trying to get into IT. That kind of job is very, very technology focused, and they have a lot involved in that job. So when I went and applied for another job, because I got out of the MSP environment, I was extremely a valuable person, because my technology was up to date, if that makes sense, because they were using the greatest technology, they were using the cutting edge technology, they're using technology that's necessary for that company. And when you go to another company, any company in general, that technology, you probably have seen it before, or you probably have seen that issue before, or a problem or something like that. It's because you already been involved in that. So that's the reason why I say you should give a MSP environment a go, because there's a lot involved. And also that also they have the opportunity to pay for your certifications, to give you an opportunity to grow in the company. So if you're doing IT engineer or IT support in that MSP environment, you have an opportunity to be a sysadmin, a network admin. You have the opportunity to work closely with them. You can ask them a lot of questions. They help you out. They put you in a better place. And then based on all the things that you see in that job, you know what you want to do next. You actually get an understanding of what goes on in real life scenarios. You have an understanding of what goes on and what you want to do. Like your IT support, maybe you want to get into server admin, maybe you want to get into cybersecurity, maybe you want to get to network admin. So basically you're being exposed to so many things that it actually helps you out, because then you want to know, you already know what you want to do after that. So That's the reason why I recommend working in an MSP environment. And that's why I say that if you're new to IT, you should definitely do that. That's something that I did, and I didn't, like, when I first started IT, I thought I knew a lot, but then after going into an MSP environment, I'm like, oh my God, there's so much technology here and there. There's so much to learn, you know, there's so many things that I had never even seen before, and I figured out how to fix it. I'm working with the engineers very closely. They're showing me how to fix that and that. You know, you're constantly learning. The technology is always changing. They're always doing upgrades. They're always doing patches. They're always doing fixes. And it's extremely involved. And that's the reason why I love MSPs. And that's the reason why I recommend working in MSPs, because you're dealing with a lot of different things. So hopefully, I hope this answers someone's question. This is the reason why I recommend MSPs. If you're new or not new at all, like if you already have experience, this is the reason why I recommend MSPs. They give you an opportunity to grow. They give you an opportunity to learn. They give you an opportunity to ask a lot of questions. They give you the opportunity to actually work on certifications, and it actually gives you a well-rounded understanding of basically different technologies that you will deal with in real life. That's the reason why I recommend it. Anyway, I hope this answers someone's question, because people were asking me about it, because I worked in an MSP environment. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. I haven't made a video like this in a while, and I hope you guys have a great day. Happy Sunday. Take care. Bye.